Hey guys, what's up? Here we are today in my room, in my corner. And I'm showing all you guys this today because this is my setup to create the daily reels. I'm doing this reel today or this video to show you how do I create all these videos, the daily videos of my universe and my philosophy, my way of thinking. So today I'm going to show you my setup. This is the main light that shows my face lit up on one side. This is another light. I'm going to show you up later how it turns on with a candle effect. This is the background lights. You got a couple ones. Sometimes this moon is on, sometimes it's not. It doesn't matter. I do change my shirts on every reel, so you think it's a different day, but you'll find out how I set them up. So I have the camera here, and well, once we have everything we need, like light, camera, my script, outfit, some incense to bring some atmosphere into this space. And once I'm ready to go, of course, I make sure I have a glass of water and a cup of coffee. So let's do this. Well, you see, we gotta make sure we got everything we need. In this case, I was double checking. So I needed to make sure I had this very important light on. I don't know if you can see it going on enough because I'm scrolling it from this. This is my light effect. It goes through the phone with an app and it just makes an appearance of a candle effect. So I have it here on one side so we can have some contrast and darkness coming from this side. In every video it goes like that, making an appearance, making you feel it comes from here, from this area. But anyways, it's this light and some accessories on my hands, so when I'm moving my hands you got something interesting to look at. So we make sure that we turn this camera on. We are actually looking at ourselves in the screen, making sure the line goes through this points. Maybe you don't see them, but I'm actually going through those points as well in both cameras. Not much on this one anymore, but I can fix that. So it goes a little bit like this. I'm gonna tell the first script, which I have a few already written down, and I will make a few because I want to make sure I have like 10 or 11 reels to go through the next 10 or 11 days. So focusing on this kind of reels, I always grab my cup of coffee because we're sitting down and talking about something specific. In this case, it's my universe and philosophy. We're gonna speak about the first one, which is gonna be about our life and our dreams. So once we make sure we're recording, we press record and we go for it. First try. Hey guys, nah, I don't like to start it like that, so I'll go into the life you're dreaming about is quietly waiting on the other side of your excuses. So I learned that and I say that then. The life you're dreaming about is quietly waiting on the other side of your excuses. And that's it. I take a sip and that's the reel. So then I bring the file to the computer and I send it to G Drive. I download it to my phone and we'll go through the editing process later, which it goes through chopping up the parts I don't need. Maybe I spoke too much in the beginning, and chopping just where I need to start from, and then adding subtitles, different apps for that, you'll see. Add in the and with my logo and the slogan, create more, consume less. That's my slogan. So well, we'll go through that now. This was the first one of 10 or 11 reels. See you at the other side. downloading the files from the G drive, I take them to Power Director, where I start a file to edit. So I bring it over and I start chopping the beginning so I can start talking from the beginning of the start of the reel. In this case, like that. Another thing I add, it's AI coloring, so it adjusts itself, and then I also double up the volume so I can then add some music in the background and it doesn't affect the voice. I take that into edits so I can publish it through Instagram, and it gives me all the statistics for each reel, see how they're going, how they're performing. In this case, I'm actually adding the captions, so I'm looking for the captions in the audio that I made already. Previously, I added in all the slogan at the end as well, so this file in edits should have all that already. It has, you see, all the voices, and I'm just checking that all the voices and words are correctly done. And then I just add the music, and I really make sure I'm adding the voice ducking so the music doesn't affect what I'm talking about on the reel. Like in this case. And now I double check that everything is correct in the perfect balance and voice, and I export everything in 4K. I take this straight through Instagram from edits, and once it's in the app, which is going to show me in 3, 2, and 1, I take that in Instagram. And then I start editing the captions, what the cover is going to look like, location, and scheduling. So I'm going to schedule all these are all the schedule reels that I have. Some people wait for confidence to act. In most of the cases, you get confidence because you acted on something. Every time I lose my patience, they try to take me down.